So tonight's topic is all about open banking 2.0 and moving beyond regulation. So I guess as a warm-up, you and I have a little chat about it. What do we think will be some of the first premium APIs that will be out there and that might start to scale?
What I'd really love to see is some APIs that start addressing the identity side of things. I mean, if we could have things that open up identity, make micro lending and microcredits easier. I mean, there are some real use cases out there, right? Which are quick wins.
Yeah, I agree. And you could see identity sitting alongside payments really well as well. So in a commerce journey, capturing my address information, proof of age, combining it with a payment, much simpler stuff than the full sort of identity as a service, authorized KYC login with the bank. There's loads of simple stuff that could happen.
If you just look at the amount of fraud that is out there, if you can start adding some markers onto payments from this augmented data, and we even knock off 0.1% of fraud rates in the country, that's the whole use case paid for.
And the other one I think there'll be quite a bit of traction around, and maybe driven more by the demand side, the third party side, is actually just how do you make a better payment experience? How do we get beyond the redirect model and allow payments to be embedded in commerce journeys and things like variable recurring payments? Yeah, I mean, do you think that's one that could come and scale?
Definitely, these are the kind of things that will make open banking based payments more mainstream, right?
Yeah.
However smooth the redirect journey becomes, it still is beyond the grasp of certain demographics. And anything that makes it easier and more mainstream, like tapping a credit card, that's where it needs to get to.
I think there's going to be a demand here for the big third parties asking for better experience. I would expect it's an area as well. The banks would, I mean, banks are transactional in nature. You want to see that activity. So if it had the right commercial framework around it to potentially agree the right liability model, if the authentication is happening within the platform, and make sure costs are covered, I think that's one of the areas that will.
Or even just be going beyond the kind of accounts that are supported right now, right? Getting payments off savings account, paying into savings accounts, paying into pensions. There's such a whole load of things that would eventually come under the open finance umbrella.
I think we're agreeing that there's plenty of areas where there's opportunity for premium APIs. So leveraging digital identity, making payments work better, and access to broader and richer data.
This vibes with what we saw in the retail market years ago, right? As people started going digital and online, this whole balance between people going into shops to buy something but then buying it online, and how do you go around incentivizing staff to display the right behaviors. It's the same channel problem that's playing out in a slightly different way. It's the same customer. They're going to bring the same benefits down to the SPSP, but it's going to come through a different channel. That's probably going to be a lot more valuable through that channel.
Yeah.
How do you change the organization to enable that?
Yeah, and be much more customer centric and customer value driven rather than product and channel driven. If you were taking a bet, when do you think we'll see the first premium APIs start to hit the market and scale?
That's a hard one. I'd be surprised if some of the more agile of foot banks are not around the corner with some form of premium APIs, be it in the identity space or the payment space. I guess we'll begin to see some people dip their toe into the water sometime this year with more larger offerings and kind of game-changing offerings coming up a little later.